Robin. I'm from the Whole Street, and today I'm joined by Paulina Ganucheau. That's correct, right?
Ganucheau, yes.
Okay, great. She is a fantastic illustrator and comics artist. She lives here locally, and she went to the Savannah College of Art and Design. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Is there anything else you want people to know about you as an artist and as a person?
I mean, not much. I'm pretty simple as a person. You covered a lot of it. I draw comics and illustrations for a living. I have a dog and 2 cats. I love Zelda and K-pop. I like plants a lot, and TikTok is fun lately. So that's where I'm at.
That's great. How is Tozy?
She's doing good. She's doing
Good.
very, very good.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
So what are some things that have inspired you in your art, either growing up or as an adult?
I mean, I think as usual, life itself is always the biggest inspiration for art and creativity. But more specifically, lots of media growing up and still inspires me greatly. And of course, the original inspiration was like the Disney classics, like Fantasia, Alice in Wonderland, Little Mermaid. But it honestly wasn't until I discovered anime and manga that I was like, oh, this is why I have to draw. This is why I need to be creative. And it was that moment where I knew. I think I was 8 years old when I first got my first manga. It was an Oh My Goddess manga. I actually brought
Okay,
it.
I was about to be like, what is it? What's the first one?
So there was this one.
Wow.
Yeah, a million years ago. But I had that was one of my favorites growing up. Sailor Moon, of course, got Sailor Moon. Ranma, if you've never read Ranma, it's a good one. Cardcaptor Sakura these are all of my like all-time young kid. This inspires me to do everything. And then Magic Knight Rare.
I love it. So did you put this pile just for us specifically, or is it always by the desk?
So, okay, some of them are always by the desk, but some of them I pulled.
Okay.
Some of them live by my desk. The Ranmas live by my desk, and the Rayers lives by my desk.
Perfect. So, yeah. Well, that's a great segue into the next question, because it's we talked about manga in our workshop today and some of the really great techniques and cultural touchstones like magical girl transformations. So of course we also had Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
Right here, and then we were talking a lot about Zodiac, Starforce. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I feel like this can be a really big question, or simple, but do you have any words of advice for appreciating and learning from a property while making something that is all your own?
Definitely. I think taking from the things that you love is creativity 101. I think it is the absolute foundation for making your own personal project. And there's a smart way to do it that's not just, I'm going to take this and make it mine, or like, I'm going to steal this and redraw it. It's more about finding yourself inside of the thing that you love and retooling it to have just like an ounce of you or like a uniqueness to it. And that could be as just like, like maybe pushing 2 things that you love together. Like, for example, like with Zodiac Starforce, they are very much magical girls, and it is a story about magical girls, but at the same time, it's like the way they are perceived and drawn, it's almost like a combination of magical girls and Super Sentai or like Power Ranger type characters. So it's like, while they are magical, they're also like very like sporty and like rough and tumble. So that's like the way I put my own spin on magical girls. And I think a lot of finding what you love and making it yours is that it's just finding your own vision through the gaze of what you love.
Yeah. Oh, I love that way of putting it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, so we've talked a little bit about Zodiac Starforce now, but I know that you and Kevin went through several different iterations of it to start with. Can you talk a little bit about that in the process?
Yeah, it actually started out as a one-page ad for a comic shop that he worked at, Big Planet Comics.
What comic shop?
Big Planet Comics, which
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For those who don't know, I worked there briefly.
Yes.
So that's why.
Yes,
Yeah.
they did. It's like the origin of everything is Big Planet Comics between all of our friends.
It comes back.
It all comes back, exactly. But yeah, it started out as it was kind of like Scooby-Doo, like really dorky, like one-off. We were gonna do strips,
Mm-hmm.
and it did not turn out that way. We were gonna do it on Tumblr through a webcomic system, and we posted one preview of just like a preview image, and people were so interested in it, and they just were clamoring. We were like, should we make this like a for real story? And so we did, and we retooled the whole thing, and we did do a webcomic for like a month, but it was too hard. So we immediately just stopped. But it wasn't until my now agent Charlie was like, we should pitch this. So we did. We pitched it, and then eventually Dark Horse picked it up, and it became a comic. So
That's cool.
yeah, it's pretty cool, wild ride it went on.
Yeah, the like string of things.
Yeah, it sat around for a long time too. It's like, that sounds like it happened really fast, but I think it sat around for over a year with nothing going on. Yeah, and then it was just like, hey, there we go.
Yeah, well, I'm happy it now exists.
I know.
It on my
Maybe
arm.
one day there will be more.
Beautiful.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I miss it.
Yeah. I hope. I can't wait.
I know.
I mean, I'll wait,
happen.
but
It'll happen.
All right. So, you've done covers and comics for a number of licensed characters. Are there any that you particularly like to draw?
Yes, and I pulled them for y'all to see.
Yay.
Some of my favorites are the Steven Universe covers I got to do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
This one in particular I really like.
That one's gorgeous.
This one has a lot of Fantasia elements, if you can't tell. If you've seen it. Like the color story, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is another one of my favorites, Betty and Veronica for Archie, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
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 I got to do Phasma, a Star Wars.
Very dramatic. Yeah. I love it.
Dramatic. And then I got Rainbow Bright, which was great.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, and I got to do the whole run for that, which was really nice. But I think my favorite was the She-Ra cover I got to do. Oh
wow. Yeah, I've seen that one. I love it. Yeah. But it's like every time I look at it, I'm like, wow.
I also got to do the whole book for this, so it's like, it's nice to have a thing that's like, oh, this is all me, which is yeah. So those are a lot of my favorites. I couldn't find some other ones. I also did a Sabrina one that I really loved, and I did some Spider-Man one that I really loved. I couldn't find them though, so
yeah. Well, if y'all want to go on Paulina's website,
yes, they're there.
There's a lot up there.
Yeah, there's tons and tons.
Yeah, and Caroline mentions how much that one reminded her of Norse mythology. Which...
Nice, exactly. It's very Thor-like. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like the
love it.
Floats and everything. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's great. So now we've talked about a lot of things that you're really good at, and I was wondering, do you have a drawing kryptonite? Something that you find like the most difficult to draw?
Yes. I have many things, but honestly, I feel like sometimes drawing itself that is its own kryptonite. Like sometimes it's just very hard to be creative some days. And I found that especially so this year. But
yeah, understandable.
But I think a lot of it is when you're a professional creative, you have to push through that. Like even on days where it feels like I can't do this, like sometimes you just have to push through and grit your teeth. But sometimes you deserve a break too. But I think more specifically, cars, horses.
Oh yeah.
The obvious things. And
did you say horses?
I did say horses.
Yeah, they don't make sense. Like physically in the real world, they don't make sense.
They don't. I think they're from space. I think they're aliens. Yeah, they have to be.
Yeah, the thing I always come back to is the fact that like the bottom parts of their legs are actually fingers.
I don't get it. I don't get it. It's very weird.
Horses.
Oh, but large crowd scenes I think are the hardest. Absolutely.
Hardest. Oh yeah. Yeah.
The more humans on a page, the longer it will take me to draw. I don't know why.
It's a lot of detail.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's just more. It's just
Yeah,
more.
it's just a lot. It's just a lot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very cool. Well, let's see. I want to open the floor up soon, so I'm gonna pick one more question. Okay, well, I'll do two questions. Okay, so recently you finished writing and drawing an entire juvenile graphic novel. What was your experience doing such a large project by yourself with all, the words and art being yours?
Well, it's called Lemon Bird. You can say its name.
Yes.
And I am very excited
cute.
for it to come out. I think hopefully next year, fingers crossed, but we'll see. And it was honestly the most fulfilling experience of my life creatively. It was something I literally thought I could never do. I never thought I could write for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that, I don't know, I finally fought that fear and did it was a feat in itself. And it feels like it freed me creatively to finally try things that I was always too scared to do. So since then, I've continued to write for myself, and I have so many things planned for the future after Lemon Bird. So it was wonderful, and it was an incredible experience.
That's so exciting. And I'm very excited for it to come out and to be in the library so I can help give it to people in their hands, because it's such a sweet story. I love it.
Thank you. I know, I want the world to see it. I'm so impatient.
I know. I'm like, okay, I've seen that this thing exists in some form. Like, can I just have the physical one now?
Exactly.
All right. So the last question is, what is your one piece of advice for young artists?
Keep drawing. I know everybody says that, but truly that is the number one thing. Drawing is a skill, and I think literally anyone can do it with practice and attention to, your progress. So I would just say keep practicing, pull from the things that you love. If you need to, copy the manga that you love, copy the comics that you love. There's nothing wrong with, training yourself with someone else's art, because eventually you will find your own voice in it. And don't get too hung up thinking I need to find my style, I need to find my specific thing. Just draw, because it will come to you. It really, truly will. Your own unique artistic voice is inside of you. You just need to unlock it. Keep drawing, keep drawing, keep drawing.
That's great. And I lied. One more question. Have you been keeping up with your Animal Crossing island?
Yes, I finally planted pumpkins again, but I still need to get the mushroom lamp, and that's where I'm at. But I do look like an adorable little blue demon right now, and I love myself.
Oh, very cute.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, your island is beautiful, so I needed to know that it was still being cared for.
Oh, it is. I'm taking very good care of it.
Yeah, that's great. Well, thank you, Paulina. Now we're going to go back. All right.